So since last video, a lot of you guys saw that we got a brand new cat. We actually named the cat prior to that video going out, correct?
Yes.
And we actually named him Silo, and we got tons of comments. I think the vast majority of the names was name him Silo. It was a perfect fit. And we thought
so neat.
We liked it.
So apparently we were on the same page with you guys.
Yes.
So today is a big day for us. Today's the day that we bring home this season's first batch of 200 baby meat chicks.
Yep, so the first thing we gotta do is we gotta go to the barn and get the heat lamps turned up so we get it up to about 95 degrees on the floor where they're gonna be at.
Then we're gonna go pick them up from the post office, and we're gonna move pretty fast from there to get them all set in and comfortable.
The post office. Yes.
All of their waters are gonna be filled up with fresh water, and we're gonna sprinkle in some electrolytes and vitamins since they have been in boxes being shipped.
Correct. The first two things that we do is we check first, number one is check for pasty butt, and number two, we go ahead and get a handful of their heads and dip their beaks into the waters so they know where the water's at and they can teach all their little friends where all the water's at.
This one. Look, guys. We got an imposter.
I wonder what he is.
I don't know. You got him?
Yeah, we'll see.
Cutie.
He's definitely, he's not a meat bird, that's a fact.
Yeah.
It's all right, you're a cutie though. Look at his face.
He's so cute. He can be one of our layers, hopefully.
Hopefully. Might be a new rooster too, you never know.
So out of 200 baby chicks, we have 0 deaths upon arrival, and we also had only 1 with pasty butt. So as you see on the pasty butt, there is some wet droppings that is covering the vent on the baby chick. That needs to get washed off or he could end up dying. So I've never to this date lost a baby chick due to pasty butt. What I do is I take them inside, I use some warm water and some soap, and I just carefully clean that area, give them a little blow dry, put some Vaseline on there, and then I will bring him back out and he should be good to go. But that does need to be taken care of right away.
Right now we have a bunch of little trough feeders around here. You gotta make sure we have enough of these for the 200 chicks we got. So we have them scattered throughout, so there should be enough of these. We have the small little waters here also for these guys. But once they get older and get out on pasture, they're gonna have a big trough feeder and also big waterers. The feed we're using is actually chick starters, a mash, but the chick starter is for chicks of this age to eat, and once they get older, they're going to be on broiler chick feed.
These guys need to be kept at about 95 degrees for the first 2 weeks, and then we're going to reduce that temperature by about 5 degrees for each week following that until they reach 1 month of age.
And they'll should be fully feathered by then, and that's when they'll go outside on pasture and start moving those guys in the chicken tractor.
So for right now, what we're trying to do is just manage the temperature that's here in the brooder since they're set up with everything else. So what we're looking for is that they are not all clustered underneath the heat lamp. Originally, when we take them out of the box, it's normal for them to kind of all huddle together until they, get to the temperature that's in the room, and then they start to spread out. So what we want to see is the chicks evenly dispersed throughout the room. If they're huddled under the heat lamp, that means that they're too cold. And if they're on the outsides of the brooder all the way around, then that means that the heat lamps are too hot and they're trying to get away from them. So you got to keep an eye on it and see whether you need to add more heat lamps, take heat lamps away, raise them, or lower them. Just manage it.
Yeah, so right now we're actually running 4 heat lamps. Each one has a 250 watt bulb in it. But we also upgraded to 2, heating plates. They're by far much more efficient. The heat plates, they have 2 settings for a brooder or a heater. So the brooder actually draws 50 watts. But each of these lamps are 250 watts, so they're actually for doing the same thing at a lower wattage. So it draws a lot less power. You also have a heater on there that draws 200 watts. Like I said again, these things draw 250 watts, but that heater is equivalent to a 1500 watt heat lamp. So by far more efficient.
Yes, and they're also safer. Right. With these heat lamps that we have hanging here, you see Josh just showed you this one. It's got the cage on the bottom so that if it was to drop, it's not laying directly on the bedding. But regardless, you would want to be sure that they are suspended and secured properly so that you don't have that issue in general. But the neat thing about these heat plates is that they kind of act like a mama hen. And the natural setting, the baby chicks would go and they would huddle underneath their mama's feathers and her legs, and she kind of, keeps them warm. So this is the draw to them for that. It's pretty neat.
We never used them before, so we're actually a little impressed with them, I guess.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, we are. We're happy. We would definitely probably be changing to this as we go along. But there's lots of different ways that you can heat baby chicks.
Yep.
I'm happy.
I remember several years ago when it all started with the 2 of us milling lumber to build a coop for 6 chickens. From there, we grew wanting to be as food independent as possible. Our passion is working together to raise food that is healthy and responsibly raised for both our family and our community. That means giving our animals the best life possible, constantly rotating each group to fresh pasture or wooded paddock, providing the best quality feed and staying on top of each animal's individual needs. We consider Joel Salatin our mentor, whether he knows it or not. His methods of land and animal management are mimicked here on our farm and are proving to heal the land while simultaneously providing us with the best food possible. This batch of baby chicks are now a week old. You can already see how much they have grown. They've got feathers coming in on their backs after only a week. It's really amazing how quickly these guys grow. It won't be long now until they are out on pasture feeling the sun on their backs and foraging for bugs. But with the growth that we've had on the farm, we've also unfortunately had a loss. When we headed out this morning to do our farm chores, we had a mama ewe that was in labor. She really struggled through the labor, and even with us working on her for a couple of hours after the birth, we unfortunately lost her. That's tough. It's never an easy thing, but it's also just part of life on the farm. And now we have a sweet little baby ram lamb that we're going to be bottle feeding and caring for and raising up. We hope that you guys enjoyed getting a little peek into the updates on what's been going on around the farm, and we hope to share more of this with you as time goes on.